Oh guys, the royal storm some have been waiting for finally hit, and it hit hard. New York was supposed to be Harry and Meghan's were still that couple weekend. You know, the glossy red carpet smiles, the coordinated outfits, the whispered unbothered energy. But what the cameras caught instead, a royal disaster in slow motion. The pair showed up to the Humanitarian of the Year gala. She in a custom Armani Powers suit dripping in diamonds worth more than a Manhattan penthouse. And him looking like he'd rather be anywhere else on earth. The flashes went off. Meghan glowed for the cameras, and Harry's face said it all, tighter than Buckingham Palace security. Witnesses said, you could cut the tension with a sword. At one point, Meghan tried to sneak a flirty glance his way, but the poor man's smile barely made it past his teeth. Later that night, Meghan dined solo, and word from insiders was simple. They'd gone their separate ways, literally. For two people who used to call themselves salt and pepper because they did everything together, this was the first public clue that something was seriously off. What was supposed to be their comeback moment turned into a breakup preview. Now, let's rewind the clock a little before New York came Paris. And oh guys, that's where the damage really started. Everyone knows Harry's relationship with Paris is complicated. His mother, Princess Diana, lost her life there. For decades, he refused to even set foot in the city. So, when Meghan suddenly jetted off to Paris alone for a so-called business trip, the world sighed and Harry, he reportedly broke down. Sources close to the couple whispered that Meghan didn't just go for meetings. She filmed content near the Pont d'Alma tunnel, the very spot where Diana's car crashed. Let that sink in. Those who know Harry say he was sick with trauma when he found out. She knew exactly what she was doing. One friend said flatly, "Nothing Meghan does is accidental." Apparently, Meghan brushed off the backlash, saying it was just work. But to Harry, it was betrayal wrapped in a press release. The city that haunted his dreams was suddenly a backdrop for his wife's self-promotion. From that moment on, insiders say the walls started to close in. Meghan's career moves were becoming Harry's worst nightmares. The fame, the flashing cameras, the endless chase for publicity. And deep down, Harry knew this wasn't just another disagreement. This was the moment something inside him snapped. Paris wasn't a trip. It was a turning point. Now, let's talk about the other man. Not that kind of scandal. Well, not exactly, but the mysterious Marcus Anderson. If you followed Meghan long enough, you know Marcus. Stylish, charming, always close, too close, according to some. From Toronto brunches during her suits days to Montecito dinners and red carpet cameos, he's there like her personal good luck charm.
He's always around, said one royal insider. It's like there are three people in that marriage. Harry, Meghan, and Marcus.
And here's where it gets spicy. Marcus isn't just a friend, he's connected. The Soho House crowd, the LA elites, the power brokers who open doors faster than any palace ever could. Meghan's loyalty to him isn't just emotional, it's strategic. Meanwhile, Harry, he's reportedly over it. Friends claim he feels like a guest in his own relationship, watching his wife build a world where he doesn't quite fit. At events, when Meghan glows in conversation with Marcus and her Hollywood circle, Harry just fades into the wallpaper.
He was supposed to be her partner, now he's her plus one.
Every celebrity couple performs a little, but Harry and Meghan, they've turned performance into an art form. Watch them step onto any carpet. She's electric, posing, smiling, drinking in the attention. He's stiff, scanning the exits like a man stuck in a recurring nightmare. Those flashes of light, the same kind that haunted his mother's final night, still make him flinch. But Meghan, she can't get enough. There's this viral clip from the gala. Harry reaches out to touch her hand. She subtly pulls away, then flashes that trademark smile to the crowd. One insider said she's in love with the camera, not the man beside her. People inside their circle describe it bluntly. Harry hates the circus. Meghan needs it. The lights, the dresses, the endless applause. It's her oxygen. And every time she drags him into another spotlight, he breathes a little less. They're playing two different games. Meghan's playing for relevance. Harry's playing for peace. And the cruel twist, the more she chases the camera, the more invisible he becomes. So by the time the night ends and the cameras stop flashing, all that's left is silence. Two people in designer clothes staring at the floor, wondering how their fairy tale turned into a press tour. Once upon a time, they said they were leaving the palace for freedom, sunshine, independence, and privacy. But darling, what they got was the exact opposite. When Harry and Meghan packed up and fled to Montecito, they promised the world a fresh start. No rules, no tabloids, no royal drama. But fast forward a few years and it looks less like liberation and more like a royal rerun with a California filter. Sources say Harry thought they'd live quietly, raise their kids, maybe do a few good causes. But Meghan, oh, she had plans big ones. Brand deals, speaking tours, a Netflix empire, and now that doomed jam line. A friend close to the couple said they left one palace and built another. Only this one has cameras, contracts, and PR teams instead of quarters. They didn't escape the spotlight. They reinvented it. Only this time, Meghan's holding the crown. Now, let's talk about that shiny humanitarian of the year title because, guys, the gloss fades fast. When Meghan and Harry accepted that award, the internet gasped for all the wrong reasons. Critics asked, humanitarian of what? Their foundation air rule was supposed to uplift communities and fight online harm. But insiders whisper that the meetings are sparse, the structure chaotic, and the purpose undefined. Word from the street is their activism has turned into PR theater? They buy awards to stay relevant. One source said it's not about helping, it's about headlines. Even Harry's speech raised eyebrows, ranting about powerful actors and corporate depravity while living off luxury deals that would make a hedge fund blush. Meanwhile, Meghan turned the event into a fashion shoot. Custom tailoring, diamond jewelry, and a $1,900 a night suite. The irony wasn't lost on anyone. A couple preaching humility while dripping in couture. It was less humanitarian, more Hollywood. So what's really going on behind those Montecito mansion gates? Word from insiders paints a picture that's equal. Parts glamorous and gloomy. The couple reportedly live separate lives under the same roof. Meghan spends her time networking, calling PR teams, and planning her next public move. Harry's said to prefer solitude, long walks, audiobooks, time with the kids when the cameras are off. They're not screaming at each other, one source clarified. They're just disconnected. Apparently, even their friends have noticed the emotional frost. Meghan is back to hosting power brunches with LA elites. Harry's rarely seen. When he looks, in the words of one guest, like he's surviving, not living. Some claim there have been quiet talks about a trial separation, though no one expects a divorce announcement anytime soon. They're too tied up in image and money. One insider said neither can afford to walk away clean, so for now they smile. For the cameras, but when the lights go out, they live in silence. It started as a love story that defied a kingdom. A prince who gave up everything for love and a woman who said she wanted to change the world beside him. But now that fairy tale is fading, replaced by exhaustion, resentment, and regret. Insiders describe their dynamic as professional roommates. They attend events together when they must, pose when the cameras roll, and then drift back into separate worlds. Meghan's chasing partnerships and press. Harry's chasing peace and purpose. And yet, no matter how far apart they seem, they can't break free, not from each other, not from the empire they built. They're locked in a golden cage, shiny on the outside, suffocating within. As one source put it, they're trapped in the brand they created. The tragedy isn't that they fell apart. The tragedy is that they can't stop performing, even for themselves. So, when you see the next smiling photo, the next look how in love we are clip, remember this. What you're seeing isn't a marriage, it's a mirage. A story rehearsed 1,000 times, fading a little more with every flash of the camera. Because once upon a time, they said they'd escape the crown to find freedom. But in chasing the spotlight, they built a throne of their own, and the cracks are showing. And as word from the street goes, the show isn't over yet. Not by a long shot.